Today on Winthrop Close Up, what traveling students can do to avoid Zika in Latin America.
And see how Rock Hill commemorates its own contribution to the civil rights movement. Next on Close Up.
ISIS's use of Twitter and Facebook to recruit a teen in York County. Next on Winthrop Close Up.
Welcome to Winthrop Close Up. My name is William Richard.
And I'm Zach Grieger. Concerns over terrorism are showing in York County after a local teen was accused of trying to join ISIS. I took a deeper look.
A York County teen was slapped with the maximum sentence for stealing guns and attempting to kill military officers in North Carolina, all part of a bigger plan to join ISIS. But many questions remain, such as how he found out about ISIS and came up with the plot. Experts say social media may be the answer.
Well, what's interesting is they, for an organization that wants to go back to a medieval approach to governance, at least officially, they're very, very smart about figuring out how the social media systems work.
ISIS is known for its ability to use social media platforms like Twitter and Facebook to inform and persuade people to join their terrorist activities. William Keene, a Winthrop student, says social media has a powerful influence.
I think sometimes there's articles that are on social media that allow you to read and understand different things, and I think sometimes those can change your perspective on different topics.
One of the biggest concerns for the U.S. government is their inability to limit ISIS's exposure through social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter.
I think a lot of it has to do with dark web social networking, and that's a lot more complicated, and if somebody's going dark web in order to actually join ISIS, by that time they've almost made up their mind to join anyway.
ISIS continues to be a threat today, but hopefully their presence will be lowered if people are careful about the information they look up and the groups they join.
The teen is eligible for parole after less than a year in prison.
Students studying abroad do not usually have to worry about terrorist groups. However, students studying in South America may need to watch out for outbreaks like the Zika virus. Reporter Daniel James shows us what steps students can take to avoid Zika.
Many people, including Olympic athletes, are so concerned about the Zika virus that they refuse to go. But one group of Winthrop students refuse to let Zika stand in the way of their travel plans.
Every spring break, Professors Virginia Williams and Simone Camel take a group of students to Rocha, Nicaragua for a relief effort that began in 2008.
We've always had to do mosquito-borne illness protection because they do have dengue fever there.
Dengue fever is another mosquito-borne illness that causes similar flu-like symptoms, but if untreated, can also lead to vomiting, difficulty breathing, and circulatory system failure. Before students travel abroad, they meet with a travel clinic nurse from Crawford's Health Services.
We do review immunizations, we review whatever disease-producing situations may be in existence wherever they're traveling.
Because of the potential link to microcephaly, women should take particular care when traveling abroad.
If you're very concerned about this afterwards, especially if you're a woman of reproductive age, what people recommend is you talk to your OBGYN, you talk to your gynecologist about potential risks that you may have.
If you do choose to go to affected areas, some things you'll want in your bag are insect repellent, long-sleeved clothing, and a mosquito net to sleep under. All of these things can be found in most sporting goods stores. I'm Daniel James, Winthrop Close Up.
Visit the Crawford building on campus to find out more about the Zika virus.
Others may choose to see the world in a different way from above. The sky and the stars are the limit for space exploration. NASA announced that the Hubble Space Telescope, first launched in 1999, spotted the oldest galaxy ever found. The image is how the galaxy appeared 13.4 billion years ago in the past, breaking the previous record by 0.2 billion. Researchers believe the Hubble will hold the new record until the new James Webb Telescope is launched in 2018.
Stay tuned, there's much more ahead on Winthrop Close Up. On and off the court, should athletes be considered role models? Find out more next on Close Up. Welcome back to Winthrop Close Up. From Peyton Manning to Kobe Bryant, athletes have become household names. I explore the idea of athletes becoming role models. Should athletes be considered role models? While it's not their job, one athlete believes his peers should never shy away from the opportunity.
So I think athletes play a very big role in kids' growth and development. So I don't think athletes should shy away from that. I think they should represent themselves in the best way and should always be, respectful to the community, and because there's so many kids and even adults that look up to them.
While many athletes are superheroes in the eyes of fans, one parent reminds us that athletes are human too.
I do think that everybody has flaws, right? Everybody makes mistakes, and I wouldn't call somebody a bad role model because of one circumstance, right? But I do think that if there's a pattern of negative behavior, then someone's a bad role model. A good role model.
Without a doubt, athletes are constantly in the spotlight, and they're always making headlines, which means for them they need to always be aware what they do on and off the field.
Well, you're always going to have a problem with anytime you have people involved with other people. So we always ask our kids to always try to step back, look at the moment, and make better decisions based on what they think they'll be portrayed like by the media and the people who are around watching them.
Simply put, there's no definite answers to whether athletes should be role models. But one thing we do know is they have a direct impact on our lives. Athletes aren't the only role models, though.
Some people revere musicians over athletes, and thanks to DSU, some alternative rock fans on campus got a great show. Monday's Mona Lisa, the youngest band to ever win Favorite Original Band at the Brevard Music Awards, brought high-energy music to Winthrop at DSU's Music Night.
I get such a huge thrill out of playing live shows and meeting people that know our band and seeing our lyrics back. Like, it's the most rewarding thing, and I love it. And so that's definitely been our favorite thing. It doesn't matter what size club we play, we're always having a good time.
The audience shared in the thrill. All 3 rows of chairs sat empty as fans rose to their feet and danced at the foot of the stage. You can find out more about Monday's Mona Lisa on their Facebook page and by visiting their website at mondaysmonalisa.com.
We've seen guy code and girl code on TV, but now it's time for gay code. Students poured into Dina's place to learn more about experiences inside the LGBTQ community. During the hour-long video, students heard stories about coming out, being on the down low, and being open to new experiences.
Now for our weekly Fitness for You segment. This week we'll show you how to do correct push-ups and sit-ups. Stay with us. So when it comes to doing the push-up, what exactly is the correct technique?
You want to make sure you have your back straight. That's one of the biggest things. You want to have a flat back, and you want to make sure that your elbows don't bow out too far, because you don't want your elbows to go out. You want them to go kind of at an angle back.
For a setup, what exactly is the correct form that somebody should use?
I would say hands behind your head is a big one, and then you want to make sure you're tightening your core instead of using your legs. A lot of people have a problem, whereas when they go to do a sit-up, they use their quads instead of their core. And that works your legs instead of your abdominals. So I would say a lot of that depends on the person. For instance, if you were just getting into working out, you wouldn't need to do that much. I would say maybe 3 sets of 10 push-ups, maybe 3 sets of 20 sit-ups, something small, easy. Whereas if you work out a lot, I would say maybe 5 sets of 15 push-ups, 5 sets of 20 push-ups first, and then I usually do a number of sit-ups.
The civil rights movement made its mark all across the nation, especially in Rock Hill. Crystal Thomison shows us how the community commemorates the Friendship 9.
I'm here at the Emmett Scott Recreation Center where the past and present collide.
The Friendship 9 and friends.
The Rock Hill community gathered to commemorate the 55th anniversary of the Jail No Bail campaign that was launched by the Friendship 9. 4 of the 9 were a part of a panel to discuss their experiences.
I was tired of being treated the way we were being treated.
Your rights, you gotta fight for them. Nobody's gonna give you anything. And that's what we did. We fought for our rights.
The event was moderated by Winthrop professor Dr. Belk. The panel also consisted of 2 students, one of which was Winthrop student body president Ray McKetty, who said many issues the Nine faced are still relevant today.
Coming off of 200, 300 plus years of slavery, we've only had about 50 or so years of integration, and obviously I'm very frustrated about it. Well, like I said, it starts with those conversations and educating people about it.
McLeod in particular believed that the civil rights movement made little progress after the end of segregation.
As soon as we got integration, we forgot about equality.
The panelists wanted to convey that equality is still achievable, but still requires hard work. This has been Crystal Thomison, Winthrop Close Up. Now back to you.
You know, with the election going on, there seems to be a lot of negativity, and I'm glad to see something positive.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, having the community there and really showing that Rock Hill can be still a positive place even after all this negativity going on, especially with all the civil rights stuff. It's a huge, huge step.
Well, there you have it. Thanks for watching. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter at Winthrop Close Up. We'll see you next week.